you remember all my negativity after the first game of the season? Well, I haven't changed the tactic. We haven't conceded since. And we've just won 4 on the trot. I'm trying not to overthink it, if I'm honest. Hey guys, welcome to episode 13 of my Bristol Rovers FM20 playthrough. My name is James, and today's episode we've got a Carabao Cup second round, I want to say, match against Premier League Bournemouth, and then we've got an away tie against Peterborough in the Championship. Well, since you last with me, as I alluded to in the intro, we've done far better than I ever could have expected. So we played Brentford and Birmingham in the last game. Obviously, we managed to get our first home win, and the wins continued. We beat QPR, Cardiff, and Middlesbrough, not conceding a goal in any of those 4 games. It's strange that we got to the point where a Reading draw was actually disappointing. We did actually play particularly well in this game. We just couldn't break them down, and it ended up being a 0-0 draw. But if you'd have given me, three wins and a draw out of the following matches after that first match of the season, I'd have bitten your arm off. So I'm definitely going to take that. I am now the more this goes on, the more I am now reluctant to change the formation, as it still appears to be working even in the Championship. There is a chance at some point the wheels are going to fall off and I will panic and change it, but I'm going to keep it for the time being. All of that means that we are 7th in the table. As long as we continue being closer to the top of the table than the bottom of the table, I am perfectly happy with that, both on position and points. And as long as we continue this run for as long as we can, it will hopefully cover up for any misdoings in the second half of the season. So let's get into the first match. This is going to be a tough tie. Not expecting a win today with a away against Bournemouth. However, with the form we are on at the moment, this is probably the best chance we have of beating a team like Bournemouth. So this is the team that has been playing over the last couple of games, and there's no changes for today's game with the main players that we'd normally have on the field still out injured. So we have Jacola in goal, a back 4 of Holmes, Dennis, Long, Kilgore, and as I've now been told, Odebayo. Agogo, Cole and Upson in midfield, with Barrett, Lumeka and Thomas up front. One major positive as well that has come out of all of this is the emergence of Thomas. He has definitely picked up the opportunity and run with it with Clark Harris being out injured. I think, show everyone what we're capable of. He has played really well, a couple of very good games, scored a couple of good goals, and he is starting to make more confident about having a good backup to Clark Harris. When Clark Harris went off injured, I thought that was it. I wouldn't expect us to do anything. So the fact we've been doing all of this winning without Clark Harris is a positive for me. But we have the first highlights here. 20 minutes in, Odebayo being calmed down by the referee. So free kick to Bournemouth, big ball forward, Wilson with the ball, through on goal, and he puts it just wide. He sliced straight through our defence. Bournemouth were disappointed not to 1-0 up at this point. I think we definitely got away with one there. 5 minutes to go till half time, and we have another highlight here. Holmes Dennis with the throw in into Cole, but Cole loses the ball. Kilgore tracking across to collect it though, and looks to bring it forward. Conway passes it to Odebayo. Odebayo brings it forward, looking inside for Upson. Upson bring the ball forward into space, into the penalty area, but he gets tackled by Ake, who brings the ball forward. Wilson through again on goal. This time Jacola manages to get to it. It was a fairly tame shot in the end, but that is 2 opportunities where Wilson has just cruised straight through our defence. We're going to have to try and watch that in the second half. Right, to half time, 0-0. It's been a fairly balanced first half. They've definitely had the key opportunities though. I think I will say assertive, far from pleased. It has been a bit balanced, but our defence definitely needs to be more aware of what is going on. But 65 minutes on the clock, Bournemouth have a throw in, bring it into the penalty area with Archer, but Long manages to clear to Cole. Cole looking for the pass, but he can't find one, so he goes back to Jacola. Jacola to Long. Out to Holmes Dennis. Holmes Dennis in a little bit of space here, looking to bring it forward. Cross the halfway line. Ball out wide, looking for Lumeka, who's on the overlap. Bring it into the penalty area, takes a shot, but it didn't have much power behind it, and Begovic manages to pick it up. Odebayo with the throw in. To Lumeka, back to Odebayo, passing it nicely between the two of them. Into the middle to Upson. To Agogo. Forward to Thomas is the first really we've seen of him today. Looking for Barrett, but it goes astray and goes to the Southampton keeper. Knocks the ball forward. Just 2 passes, and Balotelli is through. All it took was one touch football there. If that is that the Balotelli playing for Bournemouth? Is Mario Balotelli first goal of the season? I mean, a man of that age, I'd be disappointed with being outpaced by him, but his skill obviously shone through. Big route one all the way through, and Balotelli puts Bournemouth 1-0 up. I think that is going to mark change for us. Holmes Ennis not had a great game. Let's bring him off and bring on the youngster Connolly. I think we'll do, as Harry's a centre back, I'll put Harry's back there. He might be able to, with his strength and stamina, I think actually I'm going to put Long up there, put Harry's back at centre back where he is more comfortable. And I think we'll do a bit of a touchline shout as well. Let's ask for some passion. It's only 1-0. It's not the end of the game. We can easily grab a goal here. And here we have a highlight with Upson with the corner, ball into the centre, but Begovic comes out and collects it quite calmly. I think with a game like this, we really need to be taking advantage of our set pieces. Odebayo with the ball in defence, out to Connolly. His first touch of the game. Back to Odebayo. Out wide to Barrett. This is really the first we've seen of Barrett in this game so far. Upson with the ball in the centre, looking for a little bit of space. Out to Lumeka. Looking for the cross. Into the centre. Oh, Cole, was that a foul? Was that a push? Oh, we have VAR. And it is a penalty. Who's taking the penalty? Is that George? Oh, Barrett's taking the penalty. This to go 1-1. And he slots it nicely into the bottom right-hand corner. I mean, we can't say we haven't deserved that. We have had the vast majority of the shots in this game. We haven't defended very well, and that's the reason really we're not winning. But 1-0, I think I would take as a fair result, especially if it. I'm not sure if the Carabao Cup goes to extra time. But it goes to extra time, so actually we'll be deciding today, so there'll be no replay on this game. But highlight with Upson with the ball, poor ball forward. Greenwood collects it to Bamba, who's looking to bring the ball forward, strike the final blow into the penalty area, and he shoots. Keeper saves. Jacola puts it over for a corner. I wonder how many. Bournemouth had 2 clear-cut opportunities. I thought they'd had more than that, really, but they've got a corner here, and I think Jacola tipped that onto the. No, it was a goal kick. I thought he tipped it onto the crossbar, but it might have come straight off the crossbar. Right, 5 minutes to go. I think we'll pause. Let's make a change. Lumeka hasn't played very well. Let's bring on Giannelli. Let's tell the guys to get creative. If we can get a last-minute winner, but I think time is running out. I want to go straight to penalties. The 5th and final penalty for each team. Bamba steps up for Bournemouth. And he puts it calmly into the bottom right. So this is it. We need to score this to stay in and take this to sudden death. So Cole, our summer signing, steps up to take our 5th and hopefully not final penalty, and he scores it beautifully. I have to say, it has been 10 very good penalties so far in this game. But Simpson steps up for Bournemouth's next one. We're now in sudden death, and he puts it calmly into the bottom right. Giannelli steps up for our 6th penalty to keep us in the tournament. And he does. That was very close to Begovic there. Wasn't a very good penalty. But Bournemouth to take their next one. And they score. Right, Harry's to take our 7th penalty. The longer this goes on, I might actually just end up cutting to the final slot of penalties. So if there is a jump cut here, that's probably why. Harry steps up and he scores as well. That's 7 penalties each. Not a single one missed yet, and not a single penalty saved. Begovic is stepping up to take penalty number 8. This is goalkeeper versus goalkeeper. And he actually, almost like a seasoned veteran for penalties, puts it into the bottom left. So Kilgore to take our 8th penalty. And he hits the post. It was going to end that way. It was going to end with a mistake. Again, frustratingly, just like the Reading game, disappointing to get the draw in normal time and to go out on penalties. It says they played excellently. I'd say unlucky. Penalties are a lottery. we had the lion's share of the opportunities in that. Well, we had the lion's share of shots in that game. None of them were obviously clinical enough. Really, Bournemouth had their really and truly. Bournemouth should have been away with that one. They had 2 or 3 very clear opportunities in that game. Only 2 came down as clear cut. Right, now I'm going to jump forward to the Saturday game against Peterborough. Right, now to focus on the league. So this is right back at the beginning of the season. This is one of the matches that I circled along with Doncaster and Bristol City for obvious reasons. As one of the matches I really wanted to get on the episodes. This is going to be a good marker for how each of the teams have maybe improved or not, as the case may be, and especially with the 3 of us have being tipped to go down, Doncaster, Posh and ourselves. I think getting points over these teams are going to be paramount, even with us actually getting the points we have so far this season. No changes for this game. They did go 420 minutes with penalties. They seem to have recovered quite well. We do got a couple of tired legs, but I think we'll be good for this game. Clark Harris is not quite back to full fitness, but he does come onto the bench just in case we need him. I'd rather have him there than have to bring him on with 10 minutes to go maybe. Same team as it is for Bournemouth. So Jacola in goal, Holmes, Dennis, Long, Kilgore and Odebayo make the back 4. Agogo, Cole and Upson in midfield with Barrett, Lumeka and Thomas up front. Hopefully we can bounce back from the defeat, as I suppose it would register, in the Carabao Cup and get some points today. I think get them to go out and give them a worthy display. This is one of the few teams I was expecting us to be able to beat this season. They were a bit of a hit and miss team for us last season, almost like a mini rivalry in League One last season between us and Peterborough. Right, 12 minutes on the clock. First highlight: Jacola with the goal kick to Kilgore, out wide to Odebayo, into Upson, to Lumeka looking to bring the ball forward, looking to build. So he's found a bit of space, rambling through their defence. Ball into the centre. Thomas with a shot. Thomas with the second shot after the deflection, and he scores. 12 and a half minutes on the clock. Bristol Rovers 1, Peterborough 0. That's how we wanted to start. That's the way to bounce back. Brilliant run by Lumeka. Just left the midfielder there in his wake. Went past the fullback into Thomas. Thomas' shot takes a deflection, comes back to him and scores on the second time round. Straight away we have another highlight. Just a minute later. Pointed for Peterborough throw in, but Upson manages to collect the ball to bring it to Lumeka. To Upson. Ball forward, putting through Thomas. Thomas through. It's just one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Can he make it a second? But the keeper fumbles it, and then the defender kicks it out for a corner. Upson with the corner. Ball into the centre. No one manages to find it except a Peterborough player. But Kilgore runs out to collect it. And that ends the highlight. 20 minutes on the clock. Peterborough with another throw-in. But Lumeka manages to win the ball back. He's got space in front of him to run him. We've seen how dangerous he could be with the first goal. He goes past one man, takes it into the penalty area. He's going to take a shot himself. He does. He could have squared it across to Thomas, but he wanted to take the shot himself that time, but the keeper manages to smother it quite comfortably. So, half-time away at Posh, and it's Bristol Rovers 1, Peterborough 0. I'd say we've had most of the opportunity. I think we've managed to limit Peterborough in that first half, but I would say don't get complacent. Usual team talk when we are only 1-0 up, and even though we're dominating in terms of shots, but we were against Bournemouth as well and we still managed to lose. But Peterborough with the first highlight of the second half with a throw in. Monker with the ball, back to Beavers, but Barrett manages to collect the loose ball to Upson. Can we make something from this? Back to Long with a massive ball out wide to Lumeka, who's clean through. Keeper manages to put it out for a corner though. That was a really good opportunity. I mean, Lumeka's had a couple of chances now. I think he really deserved a goal today. Upson with the ball into the centre, but it's cleared out by Peterborough, and Long manages to collect the ball, but the highlight ends there. All right, coming up to 65 minutes gone. I think we'll make a couple of substitutions. Try and bring on a few fresh legs. I mean, Lumeka on a 6.2. He has had a lot of the ball today, but he's not redone anything with it. How are we looking for tired legs? Fortunately, I haven't got anybody to bring on for Odebayo. I think I might, if I put Kilgore out wide, bring on Harries, put him in as a ball playing defender. I think Kilgore can do a job for us out there for the last 25 minutes of this game. We have a highlight with Posh with the throw in to Cook, to Kita, back to their goalkeeper Pim. Peterborough looking for space. We've managed to find space with Dembele, who brings it back into the centre again to Reed, to Cook. We are pressing them quite well, keeping them in their area. But Burrows managed to bring the ball forward, manages to go past our fullback there. Agogo with a reckless challenge there. There was absolutely no need for that. Jacola really needs to save us here. Tony with the penalty, and he nails it into the corner. That was a ridiculous challenge by Agogo. No need for that at all. And this is definitely going to be drop points if this stays the way it is now. We have thrown this opportunity away. Agogo's only on a 6.8. I was expecting to do worse than that. Holmes Dennis has not had a very good game. I'll take Connolly, bring Connolly on. I don't know how much he's going to be able to do. I think get creative. Let's go very attacking. Let's really try and bring it to them. Of course he does. Right. Who wants to play right back? I think it's gonna have to be Agogo. The man who gave away the penalty to throw away 2 points today. He's gonna have to do a job for us at right back. Got no more substitutions. Let's get him to show some passion. I don't think it's going to make any difference now. I think we're going to have to just accept the point. I mean, I shouldn't be disappointed. A point away in the Championship against any team is going to be good. But do you know what? I am far from pleased. That's the second game in the row now, and actually third game if you include the Reading game. That's the third draw on the trot. If we discount the penalties in the Carabao Cup. 3 draws, 3 games where we've really played well and had most of the shots, and we've just not been clinical enough. I'm hoping with the reappearance of Clark Harris in the next game that we might be able to it might be able to bring us a bit more in the way of luck in front of goal. Upson's got a bruised knee. Lucky's only out for a day. I haven't had any notification for has happened to Kilgore. I'm hoping it's not anything major. Right, I'll jump forward quickly and see if we can find something. Right, so it looks like, I mean, it says he's a high injury risk. He's got a very low condition, but I presume he should be okay for the next game. I think we've actually got the international break now, so it should be okay. So with that worry out of the way, let's see where we're going to come back. So we definitely want the Bristol City match. I think Bristol City West Ham is going to be a fantastic episode. So I think we'll play both of those. I would like to get Doncaster, but I think we can play Doncaster in the home match. We got the away City match, and then Doncaster I think will be that other one. So I think we'll come back for Leeds and West Brom, and hopefully we'll have bounced back a little with a couple of wins by that point. I hope this isn't the start of our downturn of form. I know we're in a good position, obviously having won 4 of the first 5 matches of the season. But I'd like to keep going for a little bit longer. At least give us a comfortable position to be able to work from. So even if we do start losing, we've got the long way to go. So hopefully the higher we can go, the further we have to fall really. So if you've enjoyed that, please give the video a like, subscribe to help support the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of brand new FM20 videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5 PM. And thank you very much for watching.